Family, family, family. Blessings, greetings. Beside, Dumble, Dumble. Today, I want to talk about stories and storytelling from a traditional from a traditional standpoint. Sorry. Look at these birds right here. Stories, of course, as we all know, are used to transmit knowledge, wisdom, lessons from those who know to those who don't know. And people often think that stories are only captivating to children. That is where you're highly mistaken. I'm sure most of you who went to public school and all these things, you remember elementary school when they taught us the fables, F-A-B-L-E-S, fables. These fables usually had to do with little animals, somebody maybe played a trick on somebody, some. One of the most famous, well-known fables is the fable of the tortoise and the hare. You'll be surprised to know that a majority of these stories, let's just say, they have an indigenous origin. Let's just say that. All right? They have an indigenous origin. Many people believe that the indigenous people, the black people, the African people, whatever you want to call them, the original people of the earth, many people believe that these people didn't have any holy book, that they didn't have any Bible, that they didn't have any Quran, that they didn't have any Torah of their own. And they weren't wrong to believe that, because we, the original people, we didn't write our Bible down. We used to sing our Bible. We used to live our Bible. And when we would give the stories of our Bible, it would be in a secluded area where only we knew what we were doing. Right? So stories are very important when it comes to tradition, when it comes to learning, simply. Right? So anyone that ever tells you that, oh, the black people, they never had a Bible, just know they don't know what they're talking about. It's just we didn't write our Bible down. We lived it. We lived it. And the goal is to get back to that. That's the goal. Maybe even if it's not in this generation, no. Maybe if it's next generation, no. But we'll get back to it. We'll get back. So, Ifa. Ifa is a divination system that consists of 256 stories, otherwise known as Odus in the Yoruba tradition. Right? In Nigeria. These 256 Odus or stories are, let's say, categorized in certain files that correspond to certain problems or ailments a human might be facing. I'm not going to go too deep into Ifa right now. That is a whole completely different topic. But the reason that I bring Ifa up is to show you how many stories that the African tradition has. And that's just one culture, the Yoruba people. They have 256 odus, or let's say chapters, in that their holy index, which is called Ifa. Right? So of course, since we're talking about stories, it's only right that I give y'all a story. It's only right. Okay? I'm gonna give y'all 2 stories, as a matter of fact. The first story I'm gonna give y'all is about the elephant. There was a village one day. Sorry. I started that off wrong. You know, you start the story off, you got hit him with the once upon a time. Yeah. Once upon a time, very long ago, there was a village in which an elephant would disrespect everyone. The elephant didn't care about anyone or what they had going on. The elephant would eat everyone's crops, ruin people's farms, drink people's drinking water, just drag on everybody in the village. This is what the elephant did. The elephant would walk around the village singing a song that went like this. Men jog my ting, bot basalak, memem boom black kim bong me, nyem bot basalak, memem boom black, kiam bong me, nyem urbi nam, uye yaga kiam bong me, nye chibi nuga men kom, kiam bong me, What he's saying there is, I'm the elephant, the biggest dude out here, right? Who's gonna do something to me? He said human beings are too much. I'm gonna drag on them however I feel like. That's what he was saying in that song, right? And most importantly, he said, people put in work, but I reap the benefits. Who's gonna do something about it? I'm the elephant. Okay. So one day the people of the village, they got tired. They said, nah. Elephant isn't about to keep doing that to us. He's ruining our crops. We can't even eat. He's drinking our drinking water. That is long trunk. We got to do something about it. So the people of the village, what they did is they went to the wizard, or the spiritual leader of that area, and they told him, let's just call him Bombok. They said, I'm Bombok. We don't like the way the elephant has been treating us. He's drinking everyone's drinking water. He's smashing everyone's crops. He's going around and singing that nonsense song as if he's better than anyone in this village. Please, can you do something about him? Bombok said, you all don't worry, I got him. What Bombok did was, he released a lion to go and subdue the elephant. The lion went to go meet the elephant wherever he was, probably messing up someone's crops or drinking someone's drinking water. As soon as the elephant seen him, he runs the lion over, boom, 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 whoops him, beats him up, says, go back where you came from. What do you think you're doing over here? The lion runs back to the wizard's house, or Bombok's house, and he tells him, yeah, I tried, man, but that elephant, he's something else. Okay, that's when Bombok said, all right, let me see. He said, let me go call Crocodile. All right. He went and called the crocodile. He said, Crocodile, I know You know, usually you be in the water, but we need your help right now. Come up on land and take care of this elephant for me. Crocodile comes on land. He goes and finds the elephant. He was drinking someone's drinking water. Crocodile tries to bite him. Elephant quickly stomps him out, beats him up. Boom, 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 boom. Get out of here. Sends him back into the water. Crocodile quickly goes back to the wizard's house. He said, oh, I tried, but, you know, same thing that the lion said. That elephant, he's somebody, he's something. So then Bombok was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Who am I gonna call? Light goes off in his head. He says, let me call Mouse. Let me call the mouse. Let me call the mouse. Although he's not as ferocious as the lion, although he's not as menacing as the crocodile, let me call the mouse. So Bombok, he goes and he calls the mouse. And he says, Mouse, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but just go do something. Go and talk to the elephant. Get him out of here. He calls the mouse. The mouse goes where the elephant was, wherever he was at, messing up someone's crops. And as soon as the elephant sees the mouse, he starts screaming, oh my God, it's a mouse, it's a mouse, it's a mouse, it's a mouse. He gets out of there and he runs away from the village. End of story. End of story. So I'm pretty sure you all can find the lesson in that one. All right? You all can find a lesson in that one. Or let's say leave a comment, right? Leave a comment on what you think the lesson of that story was. All right? All right? He got out of there. Elephant got out of there, but he apologized. He said, yeah, I was crazy. Blah, blah, blah. But you see how all it took was a little tiny mouse to make this guy, the elephant, who thought he was a bully, all it took was a little mouse to scare him and to get him to humble himself. Think about that. That's where the lesson of that story lies. I'm gonna give y'all another one. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm gonna give y'all another one. I'm gonna give y'all the one about. I'm gonna give y'all the one about the hunter. There was a hunter once upon a time in a village, and this hunter, he used to drag. He didn't care. He would go into the forest and he would kill and hunt all the endangered animals. And the king of that village told him, let's call this hunter, his name is Sumbi. The king of that village told Sumbi, if you keep, sorry. He says, Sumbi, since you want to keep on killing all the endangered animals, I'm forbidding you from going into the forest for 1 month. If I catch you in that forest, that's your head. Sumbi, being the hard-headed hunter he was, of course, the next day, he went back to the forest, attempting to kill those same forbidden animals that the king of the village told him not to kill. Sumbi is hunting. He's making his traps. As Sumbi's making his traps, he comes across a human skull. And this human skull begins singing to him. Side note, most of these African fables, traditional stories, they always have a song so that you can remember what it was about, or you can remember the lesson of the story. So Sumbi comes across a skull, and this skull begins singing to him. And the skull sings and says, "We murbi nam nunu igaye nyula nyo wem won binol me 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 uyig mabogol mong nyula nyo wem won binol me uyig makilil mong nyula nyo wem won binol me nyo wem won binol me nyo wem won bin ay." Sumbi started screaming. He said, "Oh my God, it's a fucking skull out here. Why is it a skull out here singing?" He ran back to the village. He got back to the village. He immediately went to the king. He said, "King, oh my God, I know you told me not to go back to the woods, but I was in the woods." Hey, what? You're in the woods? Nigga, didn't I tell you not to go back in there? You wanted to keep killing all the endangered animals, right? What were you doing out there? He's like, wait, let me tell you. He said, boom, I was in the woods. And yes, I know you told me not to be there, but look, this is so important. I was in the woods and I found a skull, and the skull started singing. It was singing and said, "Hey, wem would be nam nunu yi guy." He was like, "All right, calm down. If you and me go in the woods right now and we don't see that skull, like I said, it's your head, because you weren't even supposed to be in the woods. But if we go into the woods right now and we don't see that skull, you're done." Okay. The king even took everybody in the village. They all went into the woods along with Sumbi. Sumbi, he's leading them. He finds the skull. He's like, this is it right here. So the king is like, "All right, make it sing." What? I thought it was a talking skull, right? Make it sing. So now Sumbi starts talking to the skull, like, come on. Wem would be nam. Start singing. The skull was just sitting there like a skull. It didn't sing. Sumbi started crying. He said, "Please sing. The skull didn't sing. So the king said, "Sumbi, is this some type of joke? You think I'm playing with you, Sumbi?" They killed him right there on the spot. They cut his head off and they put it right next to the skull that he found. And they went back to the village. As soon as everyone left, the skull started singing, "Where mood be nam nunu yi gae nyule nyo wem won't be nol me 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 uyig makilil mong nyule nyo wem won't be nol me uyig mabogol mong nyule nyo wem won't be nol me nyo wem won't be nol me." And that song there saying, "My mouth killed me. I died because I didn't know when to shut up." See, now if Sumbi would have went and seen the skull and he didn't even go back and say, because he wasn't even supposed to be in the woods in the first place. He wasn't even supposed to be there. But he decided to go. And he seen something that he really wasn't supposed to see. And he decided to talk about it, although he wasn't supposed to even be there. So what happened. There are countless stories just like these. I only gave y'all 2, and there are a plethora of them, right? A whole bunch of them. Most of these fables, even most of these, I'm sorry to say it, I'm not here to downplay anyone's religion or blah, blah, blah. Most of those stories in the Bible are African stories, original indigenous stories, which have been a little bit, right? Family, blessings, peace, love, Bisai, Dumbul, Gi, Dumbul. Love you all. And yeah, peace out.